Réveil, jeudi matin. Je me suis trompé de Fiber One quand j'ai pris le paquet à la maison. C'est celle de Chloé, donc c'est les Fiber One Honey Cluster qui sont pas aussi bien. Il y a un peu plus de glucides, un peu moins de fibres. Mais bon, voilà. Avec de la whey. Pour ce matin, on se prend pas la tête. Du lait d'amande. J'avais acheté des flocons d'avoine. On met juste de l'eau chaude dedans. C'est prêt à partir. Je les ai oubliés dans la chambre de Shawn, je crois. Voilà, sinon je sais pas où je les ai foutus. Donc je vais essayer de trouver ça. Je m'aurais juste de manger ça, je faisais chauffer l'eau. Pardon. C'est impossible de les trouver, donc bon. C'est comme ça. Je vous dis à tout à l'heure. La journée est assez chargée aujourd'hui. On se réveille les yeux un peu rouges. Mais bon, grosse journée super cool. C'est parti. Boum. Checkez ça. C'est du shaker en or plaqué. Donc c'est Shawn Rhoden Special Shake. Boom. Sick. Parti pour la presse conférence. Alors du repas. How are you? Good. Looking great. I saw some pictures of you yesterday.
Ah, thank you.
Chris showed us.
Hey, good stay. You gonna head back there now? Okay, man.
Ta-da! Ça c'est la scène Olympia, c'est là que l'Olympia aura lieu. Il y a une presse conférence aujourd'hui, au même endroit, comme d'habitude c'est derrière. Are the judges here? Is the judge from here?
Yeah. This will be the stage.
Yeah, but the judges are judge from here?
No.
Oh, okay. Avec le de tête, c'est bon burger. Le plus haut placé, qui a aussi le Gym Depth, Francis. New York. La mec de la compète. On ne peut pas voir.
Representing the Mr Olympia, Winkler. Representing men's physique, Jeremy Hotman. Representing classic physique, runner-up last year, repas. Representing men's physique, Ryan Terry. Representing Classic Physique, he is your first ever Olympia champion and defending champion, Danny Hester. Representing Men's Physique, he's your three-time Olympia champion, Jeremy Buendia. Representing the 212, last year's runner-up, Ahmad Ashkanani. Representing the Mr. Olympia, William Bonin. Representing the 212, he is your five-time reigning and defending Olympia champion, Flex Lewis. Representing the Mr. Olympia, Big Rami Mandoa Elsbaye. Representing the Mr. Olympia, former Olympia champion, the Blade, Dexter Jackson. Representing the Mr. Olympia, Flexitron Shawn Rhoden. And representing the Mr. Olympia, he is your six-time reigning and defending Olympia champion, The Gift, Phil He.
First things first, I'ma say all the words inside my head. I'm fired up.
And how about a big hand, folks, for your 2017 Olympia weekend lineup. Anybody stand in the way of the seven-time champ? Phil, you're chasing not only this title, but history in the making. Of course, Arnold sharing that, or hopefully sharing that title with you. If you can move on to that seventh Sandow onto the mantle. Can anybody here get in your way, Phil, and stop you from that dream?
Essentially, everyone here has earned the right to be on the Olympia stage. Therefore, they all have an opportunity. I've competed against all the world's best for quite some time. They all have something very special, and I truly believe that I'm getting their best effort based on my success, over the years. So I don't take any of them lightly. I believe that, especially after last year's Olympia, we saw a lot of shift in the placements on tour. Therefore, you can't necessarily just count one person as your front runner. You can't just pay attention to what you see online. You just have to do your best. 365 days a year. We're here in Vegas. I'll be here tomorrow night against the world's greatest. And, God willing, I, can put forth my best effort because I truly believe that my best effort will yield another Sandow title.
All right, thank you, Phil.
Well, this didn't sound too confident. I know it's more confident Phil. But Shawn Rhoden, can Phil be beat? Finally. I mean, everybody's been trying for so many years now. Six-time Mr. Olympia means that he's Mr. Olympia for a reason. But I remember 2 years ago we said, not on this very same stage, but over there at the other place where you said you beat him in almost every shot. Now, second place last year, did Shawn Rhoden make adjustments? Are you going to be able to dethrone Phil Heath this year?
Wow, we're back in Vegas one more time. This is my 7th straight Olympia, and I'm very excited to be here. It's so great to see all these wonderful fans that comes out to show their support. Every year for these, athletes that make a lot of sacrifice to be here and, train their hardest. These are in my opinion, the best of the best. And I'm looking forward to getting back on the stage come Friday night. I've done everything that I could have possibly done to be ready for this weekend. And, it's no different from any other year. I am bringing the best Shawn Rhoden this year.
Is this a yes or no?
Can you repeat the question?
Can Phil be beat? Are you capable of beating Phil this year?
Yes, Phil, he can be beat, just like anybody else up here. I mean, that's how I look at it. I mean, I didn't spend all these months training to be number 2.
Everybody says Mr. Olympia wins from the back. Will you beat Phil from the back when you guys turn around? One of the shots.
Okay, you know, I see a lot of stuff online, you know, stating that there's one pose. So basically, are you saying that each athlete up here should just train and work on their back double bicep? You know, what about the rest? We judged in every single pose, and I've made improvement in every single pose, not just my rear double bicep. So, you know, I'm not going out here going, oh, Phil's going to win the rear double bicep, or, you know, Big Rammy's going to win this pose. I'm coming out here saying I've made improvement in every possible poses.
Hey, Phil, did Shawn Rhoden beat you in any poses last year?
No.
How about the year before that?
No.
The year before that? Is it just from the back, Phil, or is it every pose?
It actually starts not at the front double bicep either. It actually starts at the front relaxed pose. And as we do quarter turns, you're able to see a whole lot of physique going on. So a lot of these guys fail to realize, and even some of you, the fans, may not realize this, but when we come out here and they say quarter turn to the right, face curtain, quarter turn, that's part of this. So if you already lose some of those shots, just standing there still, just think what happens when we start posing and things start popping and becoming more three-dimensional, and all the separation and, you know, the tie-ins, the roundness, the graininess, and these are the things that some people have, some people don't. And essentially, that's what's made me be a champion. So I agree with what Shawn's saying. He didn't want to answer the question right away because he was asked about back double bicep or whatever, the back. But I get what he's saying. He said it's not just judged, not predicated on one pose. It's predicated on a ton of different poses, starting with the front, side, rear lat, the other side. And then we get into the, front double bicep, lat spread, side shots, etc. Those of all of which, I can sit here and tell you the same thing. I've been working very hard and making sure that I maximize this body as well. So it's kind of like what Arnold used to say, with getting timing right and all this other stuff. You get, Shawn got another year, I got another year, I'm gonna be better anyway. If he improves, why wouldn't I improve? And I think sometimes being the champion, people will initially think, well, the underdogs, all the other people, yeah, they've made improvements and the champion doesn't. Well, I've pretty much improved every year. And anytime someone said the Phil doesn't have this and Phil doesn't have that, I've actually made sure I did do that following year. I can't say that for everybody else. And that's something that Mr. Olympias know how to do. They take a weakness, they get adjudicated, they get critiqued by the peers, even by the judges. And then they go back and they improve on that so that they don't have to say the same thing over and over again. And that's what I do every single year.
Well, talk about tie-ins and talk about getting older.
How do you like that?
Oldest man on this stage. No, maybe not.
Yeah, not
no,
anymore.
maybe he is. Yes. Tell me about tie-ins.
About tie-ins?
Phil mentioned the tie-ins. So don't we talk about old man muscle? Dex.
Yes.
Shawn got second place last year. Took it away from you from the year before. You've been very vocal and very open in your social media this year about your improvements, about your training the whole year. What can we expect?
You coming, Danny, but when the smoke cleared, you had that medal around your neck and the title of best in the world. Can we repeat it this year, Danny?
Testing 1, 2. Yes, I think I can. I made a lot of improvements, and it was a great journey this year, and I have just so many things that I'm appreciative of this sport. I've always felt like I was an ambassador of this sport, you know, being fortunate when I first started this sport to train at Gold's Venice back in the late 80s and early 90s. So I've seen everybody from Dexter's amateurs to Gary Stridham and you name all these guys I've been privy to be able to train with and befriend, and even, you know, you. And we see you guys backstage at the...
What do you mean, even me?
He was a great bodybuilder. I don't know if people know it or not, but he was awesome. And, you know, seeing all the potentials of all the guys as amateurs coming up, you know, and then myself and being at Gold's and being an ambassador there to the sport, and always doing really well at the national level, being respected. And I just felt like there wasn't anything else more I could do in the sport, because I wasn't a big guy, you know, that was the thing. And I did a lot of other sports, so for me to go to that next level, it just wasn't for me. And so I felt like there was something missing. So I was doing my job as being an ambassador, helping the guys coming through Venice and everything. If they need anything, work, job, you know, promotions or anything, I was always connected in that way. So I felt like I was an ambassador. And then all these years I always stayed in shape, you know. Fortunate enough to do like endorsements and magazines still without competing at the top level. Like I've always wanted to in my heart as a competitor. And then they came out with this classic division, and I just felt that it was such a blessing that I had this opportunity. So I definitely was not gonna, you know, not shine at this opportunity. That's what I was known for. It was made for people like me. And I was fortunate enough to win this division. And now I feel like I am really, truly the ambassador to the sport where I can help promote it. And I was fortunate enough to get a lot of guest posing and bring my wife involved. You know, it's brought us a lot closer because now we're a team. We have something to strive for and work together and to motivate people. And for her to be able to sing on stage with me, that's what we do, and motivate people. It's just such a blessing, you know. And I've been staying in shape all year, you know, guest posing, because I have to check myself to make sure I'm not slipping, because I'm gonna be on that stage. It's like a little mini protocol, you know. So I've learned a lot also about my body this year. And so this year was a little bit easier to kind of get in shape. I wasn't quite sure. I doubted myself a little bit because I stayed in shape all year, that I didn't really have to grind really hard for a short period of time, which I do most of the things. I'm a procrastinator. So this year I doubted myself, thinking I didn't work hard enough, so it wasn't gonna show results. But as the days got closer, my body was like, it woke up and it looks good. And I'm very satisfied.
All right, defending champ, Danny Hester.
Like when people are like, you look great. I'm like, I hope that.
Oh, there's a familiar face. Flex Wheeler, what's up? Now, you and Danny actually train at the same gym. You're obviously both at Gold's Venice, have been for many years. You've known Danny for 25 years. Did Danny inspire you last year, Flex, at all when he won? Obviously coming in here at 40, what were you, 45? 47 last year. Flex, you're just a few years older than that, but you have made the transition. Obviously last time Flex Wheeler was on this stage, it was a whole different deal and a whole bunch of years ago. But we've seen your videos, Flex, we've seen you working diligently, and you're back on the Olympia stage. Welcome back, my friend.
Thank you so much.
So what's the expectations? What's a win for Flex Wheeler here? I mean, obviously we all come here to win. Every Olympian on the stage wants to win the actual ultimate title. But what's a win for Flex Wheeler in this? Is it to grab that gold from Danny's neck? Is it to place in the top 10, or really just to be the best Flex Wheeler you can be?
Well, it's both. It's all of the above. You know, I'm a true competitor all of my life. I don't walk to a show and think not winning. I train that way, and I think every other person on the stage train that way also. But, you know, I'm also realistic. For me, you know, it's already a victory. I mean, kidney transplant patient, you know, a number of different surgeries over, you know, 10 surgeries in 9 months, 9 weeks that I had to go through, back surgery, knee surgeries and all that stuff. So just to be able to walk back on the stage and be a beacon of light for people who've been through trials and tribulations I have, it's just extraordinary. And to come full circle at the age of 52, walking back on the stage, realizing the monumental moment that it is to be able to stand on the stage is beyond me. But now saying that, I didn't go in a gym and torture myself just to be somebody's footstool. So at the end of the day, you know, the judges are going to make their decision, you know, and it's going to be what it's going to be. So it doesn't matter what I look like in videos. And I'm really not that crazy about posting videos, but I got tired of getting beat up for not showing my legs. But my thing is who gives a damn what you look like an hour before the show? Who gives a damn what you look like an hour after? It's that 15 to 20 minutes on stage, that's all that counts. So we're gonna find out what happened. It's gonna be a party. I'm gonna enjoy myself up here. It's truly an honor to stand up here with all these young gentlemen and have an opportunity to rub shoulders with them. All I can say is it's going to be the biggest party in the entire world tomorrow when we're standing up on the stage. It's just going to be a beautiful thing.
Well, it's going to be great to have the great Flex Wheeler back on the Olympia stage. Ross Rabar, runner-up last year to Danny. A lot of people could have had it either way. It was very, very close in the judging, and these guys were literally putting you through the ringer out on that stage to get a winner last year. But how's it feel to be up there at the likes of a legend like Flex Wheeler?
Well, first, Bob, let me say you look sharp as usual. Is that blue velvet?
Velvet, yeah.
It's an honor. It's an honor and a pleasure. I thank Jim Mannion and Robin Chang for having us Classic Physique guys up here. For many, many years, I was on the other side of this table watching the press conference, so it's truly an honor. As far as being on stage with Danny and Flex, I mean, I think everybody out here knows that Flex Wheeler is one of the best bodybuilders of all time, let alone Classic Physique competitors. So to be on the same stage as Flex is an absolute honor. I have much respect for him and for Danny, the champ from last year.
Well, Arash, you took getting cut to a new level last year. For those who don't know what I'm talking about, maybe you can give that little story of what happened after the show ended. When I just happened to be going backstage, I heard a big crash. Thought maybe one of the lights had fallen down, but what happened, Arash?
I didn't get the big glass cup that Danny got, but my girlfriend at the time, Juliana Malacarne, women's physique, she had the big glass cup, and she won. I placed second to Danny, and we're walking out, and I had flip-flops on, and it slipped and fell on my big toe and almost took it off. So I had to go to the ER, got some stitches, but it was a wound I won't forget.
What's the challenge this year? Obviously, you guys went wire to wire last year, right down literally into the posing round. And Danny obviously came out victorious. What's going to go on this year, Arash, in terms of improvements that you've made? Do you think you can get Danny this year or any of the other competitors?
Well, I made a promise to you all out there and to myself that I would be head and shoulders better, and I can say that I am. I'm a whole nother animal this year. I'm bringing something very, very special to the stage, and I'm not here just to be here, I can tell you that much.
All right, thank you, Arash.
Sounds awesome. Arash, I heard him talk about the champ from last year. He must have second place, mentioned Flex Wheeler. But I didn't hear nothing. The third place finisher last year, Sadiq, who's sitting right here next to me. Sadiq, this sounds like a two-man battle, including Flex, three-man. What does Sadiq have to say to this?
First of all, thank you for everybody that showed up tonight. Without the fans, this is not possible. I mean, I've been dreaming of being on a Mr. Olympia stage since I've been a teenager, and really is a dream come true. And really, I think there's 15, 20 guys. All of them are dangerous. All of them are world-class competitors. They're all champions. On any given day, anybody can beat anybody. When I show up at 100% tomorrow night, I believe I'm going to present many problems to everybody in the division.
That was very polite.
Sadiq, much like Andre, are you just too pretty to take on Jeremy here, or what's the difference here between you and the champ?
Oh, he's a Classic Physique this year.
Ah, classic.
What's the difference between you and Arash? You guys both in the same gym.
That's what I meant.
This is almost bragging rights here. So, because we both going to have to go back to the same gym, and somebody's going to have to beat the other guy. So, will you beat Arash this weekend?
My goal is to beat everybody. You know, like I said, I'm not focusing on one competitor. I'm focused on bringing my best. And I know at my best, I'm able to beat anybody in the world.
Oh, we see you at your best.
100%.
Well, you heard it here first.
All right, D. Let me get to Hurricane Jose over here.
What it's about, ladies and gentlemen. We train, we sacrifice, we give everything in our soul to go onto this Olympia stage to give you fans, the judges, everybody, something that they've never seen before. I know what that feels like. I know exactly what Ramy's feeling. Hell, I was feeling that stuff when I placed third at my very first Olympia in 2008. You know what I'm saying? I understand what it feels like when I was placing second to Jay Cutler those years. You know, and I also understand what it feels like to beat a Mr. Olympia champion. So I get it. There's no disrespect with that. I expect Ramy, Dexter, Shawn, everybody, even the guys that ain't even here compete, you know, at this press conference, to feel that they deserve to whip my ass. I get it. but that's why I train so damn hard. That's why I give it everything I got. You think this is the first time I heard someone say that they're going to beat me? Hell, Kai Green used to say that stuff and he was a lot better than some of the guys up here. That's just being real. So let's just be real. And some of y'all know that too. So you guys want to see me get after it, keep on running your mouth. Because I too have improved. I too have made weaknesses my strengths. See, that's the difference between me and a lot of these other guys, is that even the writers, the analysts, the people, the bloggers, everything they say, Phil don't have this, and then I shut them up. When has anybody else done that? Turn a weakness into a strength. I came into this sport with no back, no upper chest, and this and that, arms too big, shoulders too small, no thigh sweep, this and that. I've gotten rid of all that. They said, oh, his stomach needs to come down, this and that. I've done that. I did everything I've been asked to do. That's called bodybuilding. That's called bodybuilding. That's called sculpting the body. I came in winning, but I wouldn't win the Olympia. My first loss was 3 years. You were scared. 3 years. First 2, and then what happened? I take 3 years off. I was 25 years old when I turned pro. I was only competing for 2 years. I came out the gate, winning the Colorado Pro and the New York Pro. I knew that my legacy was not going to be predicated on how many shows I did at that time. Yeah, absolutely. You should say it. He was like, yeah, when Phil hits his stride, he's going to do his thing. Yeah, and I did.
I jumped right in the fire. I went against Flex.
Yeah.
Paul Dillette.
Yeah.
Ronnie.
Yeah.
All those guys.
Well,
I was
shit,
scared. I was jumping right in the fire.
I mean, damn, and you got burned too.
Oh,
like, shit, I mean, yeah. Yeah, but I mean, I get it. I get it. You did your thing. You a champion. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the champion. He's won the Olympia. He's won the Arnold Classic titles. I got mad respect for him. You know, one of the biggest things that I was trying to do when I came on the scene was to look at guys that had an attainable physique to me, which was Dexter Jackson. When I got my first IFBB Pro loss, it was at the 2007 Arnold Classic where he got second, Victor got first. After that, I was like, I need to get hard, grainy, this and that separated, consistency with conditioning like Dexter. And then once I was able to do that, I started getting improvement. Watch Dexter.
He's like Mayweather. He ran for years and wait till you get old, then he come beat you.
That doesn't even make any sense.
See, when I was,
but that doesn't make sense.
You know how Phil is. He's always saying,
but then what happened?
I'm undefeated. Of course.
I didn't say I was undefeated. I said I came in here losing. I made sure I made improvement. Dexter. That's what I did. You know, there's a lot of people.
Can I finish?
No, because of the fact that you'll say, okay, Phil took 2 years off, this and that.
You took 3.
I took 2, bro. I didn't do the 06 and 07 Olympia. Okay. And then in 08, I got 3rd in my first Olympia. So if I would have took those 2 years off and came in 10th or 12th, then that was time wasted.
I came in 9th, but no, that's no time wasted.
That would have been time wasted.
To me, the greatest is not about being #1 and winning every single thing. The greatest to me is when you lose, you get better because of that loss.
That's what I did.
Muhammad Ali is the greatest of all time because he's won the belt, lost the belt, won the belt. I don't care about Mayweather because he's 49-0. You always talk about Mayweather online. He's not the greatest.
He's online all the time. And this is bodybuilding. This is bodybuilding. You're trying to change the narrative.
I'm just trying to I'm comparing you to him. That's all.
You're trying to create a different narrative that doesn't apply to me. That's what, see, this is what people do when you're the champion. People try to create different false narratives so then they get the deflection to detract you from what the hell is really happening.
No, that's not what I'm saying. All I said was you missed the first 2 years. That's all I said.
I missed the first 2 years, and then what happened after that? You don't even know my contest history. I went 3rd, and then you know what's funny? I got 3rd in my first Olympia. Then in 09, guess what happened? I got 5th.
They argue like a couple.
I got 5th. And then what happened? I went back to the drawing board.
I'm teaching you back there.
It is.
It's okay.
Hey, it's a 1 hour show, guys. Come on, give me this. Besides, I want to hear from Cedric McMillan.
Stanimal.
What? No, we're gonna go up. Is there? So we cancel it?
Hey.
We're good.
What's up, man?
Animal.
Same, man.
They're touching at the knees, right?
Yeah.
All right. All right, so what's your schedule?
That meet and greet.
Yeah.
So how many? Says.
I'll be here at 6:15, something.
Cup and a half of rice now.
Yeah.
With steak.
Yeah. I already changed it. Bring it down to like 6 ounces of water this meal.
How many meals? Because I don't know how long we'll be there.
We'll have another meal there, right? You have another meal there?
I just want rather just bring 2 in just in case.
Yeah.
Steak both meals?
Yeah, a cup of rice, 6 ounces of steak.
Cup of rice with each one? One
Yeah.
cup? Okay.
Well, this one, cup and a half, right?
Yeah, this one's cup, yeah. 6 ounces of cooler.
See, they messed me up because at the damn when the press conference was I dare you to do something.
Well, I was thinking.
Oh, I'm taking a video, I was going to say. Their butt. Take a video, Garrett.
I don't know how to. Is that a tracker? Here, CJ. Look at that shot. Yeah, I mean, man, it almost smooth.
Tony done did it again.
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
That's it.
Cool. Oh, man, I'll switch you back. Are you? Yeah, I get that. You get, so you can get.
Right now, we catch
I don't ever get any of the other athletes to sign it, but you guys are. Yeah. Danny, your shirt Alright guys, here, the mango.
Chill,
Yeah. Thank you guys.
Good luck.
Thank you very much.
That'll be cool.